for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Hey, Daddy, this is dollar bill.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. No matter what nobody say, man, spirit, can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win, or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, your kids still gotta eat. I don't have to watch, you know, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar. I feel like he was straight up and down, no special effects.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal is for 300 million, and I made 350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on the app.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
What up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another breaking news edition of the Boxing Voice Radio, spontaneous. And I mean, Bob Arum just finished doing this interview with Talk Sports. It was literally live a few minutes ago, and he comes out and says, and I'm talking about the president of Top Rank, Bob Arum, that the third fight between Wilder Fury could take place in Macau or Australia in the last quarter of 2020. He's received offers from outside territories. Now, this is something that we talked about, so it isn't new necessarily to us. It's not new news, but at the end of the day, you know, Doomy can pat his back and Mario can pat his back. Mario said it would be Macau. Doomy suggested Australia. Both of them were right. Neither of them are here, but me and Cash Weezy are in the building. The number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion. Let us know what you think. Bob Arum, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Macau, Australia. You going? You not? You watching? What do you think? Yes, let me head on out to my co-host in New Jersey, the one and only, legendary baby.
What's up, man? Yeah, I just want to say I saw fight too.
Stay focused, stay working my day.
I saw fight too.
Boxing voice. Because if he comes to fight, then I'm going to have to look for him.
I saw fight too.
I think you accurate.
Yes. Not only am I the legendary baby, I'm also the lineal freestyle champ on TBV in the booth. Yo, I gotta boast that, man. So I'm celebrating that. But yeah, man, Macau, China. So I looked up Macau, China, and COVID. 45 confirmed, 45 recovered, 0 deaths. They got a control. So
fake news. That's what people gonna say. They gonna say they keeping them numbers under wraps. Do you believe them numbers? I'm just saying. I don't really follow like politics.
First of
like
all,
that.
Macau is in Hong Kong. Hong Kong is in China. So it might be like saying Newark, New Jersey. You know what I mean? It's not like a whole entire country. It's Macau. So there's 45 deaths. Rewind that. There's 45 confirmed cases, 45 recovered, 0 deaths in Macau. So it's every reason why to go over there. You know what I mean? And it makes sense. We want business. So I want boxing back, period. I'm watching old footage on my shit, on my hard drives, things that I've shot, and I get excited about. So that topic being, you know, Macau or China or Australia, I only can say, damn, let it happen, man. Let's talk about it.
Which one is cheaper for you? Have you ever been to either? I know you're a traveling man. Ever been
Oh
to
my
China,
God,
Australia?
I never gone to China. I never gone to Australia. I I won't travel to the fights. Not at this time, man. I need to be vaccinated or have some kind of sense of.
Damn, you taking the number of the beast, the mark of the beast? You gonna take the vaccine?
I don't know yet. That's the scary part. And until then, I'm probably going to have to.
You just said you need to be vaccinated, so it sounds like you've already been contemplating it.
Nah, of course, you think about these things, but it's like, yo, what is to unfold? Do you get vaccinated and be part of the first? You know how people like, I'm not going to buy the new iPhone. I'm going to let the first generation.
Yeah,
you
the
know,
guinea
so
pigs.
Like, am I the first dude to get vaccinated? I don't know. Let me sit back and watch. Let's see what happens.
Well, our pound for pound supporter, Andre Diakin, who says China is not cheap, and I take it from him, he is a traveling man, and he does like to travel to the UK a lot, so I wouldn't put past China, put it past him. But, you know, if I had my pick, I never chose to Google and educate myself on what, beaches Macau or China may have and things like that. But I know Australia has what I want in a vacation. They have they have the climate that I'm looking for. They have the beautiful turquoise-like beaches that I'm looking for, and they have kangaroos. I've never seen a kangaroo. So why not? If I'm gonna spend a bunch of money on an airplane, why not go somewhere, see something that I've never seen before, and experience some very good weather? So my very selfish pick for location is going to be Australia, unless someone comes in like, yo, you never been to this part? It's only 15 minutes from Macau, and it's all right, then that's different. But you know, Australia is known for like beautiful scenery.
I get it, and I'm with you, but like we gotta put reality into the equation and say that there's 16,513 cases with 735 deaths in Australia. You know what I'm saying? So
that sounds low.
That sounds low. It
16,000 in the whole country. That sounds low.
It is low because you in America, which is like the highest one, 1.65 million cases with 21,000 deaths and only 135,000 recoveries.
Exactly.
Like
so think about it. Like they not really
certain
necessarily
countries have control.
No, I hear you, but they're not necessarily planning on us fight fans to travel. They're going to a location where they could already sell tickets, and because there's low cases and low deaths over there, all those Australians will come out to watch the fight, is what they're obviously assuming.
Look, one of my friends, my best friend, which is my barber, he cuts New York Nets.
Bro, hold on. How's your best friend your barber and he acting funny with a haircut? That don't even make sense. Whoa, take that back. He ain't your best friend, bro. Nah, really. Like, Alex is my best friend, and we already interact. You feel me? Like, it's COVID. We still see each other. So, like, if he was a barber, he would have gave me a haircut. Like,
right.
Tell my man he can't be your best friend no more. He lost his privileges.
Bro, I'm just saying my best friend because he cares about my safety. I care about his safety. I ain't gonna let him come into my presence. He got a 12-year-old son. He ain't gonna let me in his presence. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's best friend right there. So what I'm saying is he cuts New York Knicks, New York, Brooklyn Nets. He told me he cut Kyrie Irving's hair last week and a bunch of music execs. And he was telling me that these dudes are taking 25% of their cut of their pay and playing in Walt Disney, not even in Madison Square Garden, not even in the Barclays Center. So what I'm getting at is, do we boxing in the United States? That is, boxing is leaving the United States. We're not going to get it live. So yeah, Macau and those low numbers that you addressed, they're just low, and it means that it's safe, and it means that there's control, and it means that an audience will show up. So it's Macau or Australia. Will I travel coming from a 1.65 million, 1.65?
Well, they might not let you in, right? I mean, I'm sure there's going to be strict travel bans. I'm pretty sure they're going to get Fury in there, you know, and Wilder in there, you know.
Fury. So my point is that they are going to fill up an arena. They are going to let Fury in. Fury probably has to freaking quarantine for 2 weeks before even the event begins. And we're going to see it. And it's going to be in Macau or Australia. And the United States is just like effed up right now. Who do we blame?
Nah, we pay-per-view buyers. That's how they looking at it.
Buyers.
That's how they looking at it. They still, you know, we still get to see it. We you know, those that can will attend, because I'm assuming the travel ban's got to be lifted. Now that I'm giving it further thought, Enrique, the travel ban got to be lifted to get Wilder to Australia or Wilder to China or Fury for that matter.
At what point is this fight gonna take place? Like the end
of the end of the year 2020. So they looking maybe November, December.
Again, then we could go with the Broadway theaters are gonna open up in September. So you can assume that there will be
casual. Your numbers
listed
for Australia are wrong. According to our co-producer, the coronavirus cases are 7,000 in Australia. Deaths are only 102, and recovered are 6,494. Also, for Americans, if the travel ban is lifted, our $1 4 quarters is actually 1.53, which is $1.53 in Australia. So we get 53 cents more just for our dollar once we land, which I like the sound of that.
I like the sound of that too. My numbers are coming from a quick Google search. So Australia has 16,000 cases, 16,419, and the deaths are 639. So I'm not arguing, but what I'm saying is that they are really low in relative and compared to America, which we are in the millions. So a fight happening in Australia and people uniting in an arena to watch a fight is doable for me. You know what I'm saying? People have the flu more than that. 16,000 people sick. Of course, you still go to an event. Of course, things aren't shut down and people show up to bars and restaurants. And Australia is doable, bro.
Yeah, I think by the last quarter, bro, things will be a lot, you know, more open, you know, for lack of better words. Like, things is going to be a lot less lenient, or more lenient, excuse me. And I see things like your barber opening back up by the end of the year. You know, maybe he only has 20 people at a time in the shop or less.
That's a lot. He was telling me things like, damn, you know, there's 4 barbers in there and it's a small barber shop. It gets crowded. It was like, there ain't no more waiting. There ain't no more hanging out. There's just like, come in, clean, and you got to wait 15 minutes to clean and then come in, you know? And my barber's one of those like Dominican, like, play by the rules type of dude. So super professional.
Which is funny because, you know, I'd have stereotyped the Dominican to break the rules, to be honest with you. So shout out to your barber, but, you know, from a best friend standpoint, he should have at least hooked you up because, you know, my barber, not my best friend.
The conversation was like, yo, your son graduating, I come to you. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, whoa, how do you make me feel confident? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you should have let him cut your hair in your backyard, in your garage. And so it's like I told you yesterday on a personal call, like, yo, make him wash his hands, alcohol his hands on, put on his latex gloves, put on his mask. You know what I mean? You get your own cape because, you know, and that's it. You good. Like, as long as he got gloves on and a mask, it's kind of hard because the gloves, you know, he's cutting you, so he's going to touch you, and the mask, he's right over you. So any droplets will get you.
He's that dude. He's that dude. He told me, yo, mask, gloves, I have a shield, but it's uncomfortable. I take it off. He said he referenced Kyrie Irving. If y'all watch basketball, y'all know who that is. He cut his hair. I don't know who his face is, but my son got the Kyrie Irving sneakers, if I'm saying the name right. But what I'm saying is that he's extra cautious, and, you know, a fight in Australia is extra cautious considering the numbers compared to the United States of America.
Now, when Doomy had mentioned Australia, you know, he wasn't sure whether or not it was a possibility. But, you know, obviously I reminded everybody that Bob had those dealings with Australia when he, you know, staged the Jeff Horn fight. And listen, it's this latest quote just proves that's true. Whatever relationships he had, he was still able to call up and say, hey, you know, what do you think about this fight? Real quick, from New York to Macau. Wow. What is this?
Like,
Is it 21 hours? Jesus. And it's $1,200. And that's a normal date in December. So New York to Macau in December, you know, us regular Americans will not be going to that
it's
one.
not, look, it's not a fight for you to go travel to, you know what I'm saying, for the majority of the fight fans, unless you Andre Denakanu, you know, bowling, but it's going to be a fight for you on pay-per-view, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to fly right now. Like, again, I contemplated the vaccination. Like, do I go get vaccinated to then fly there and be like, yo, I'm safe, I'm good?
Damn.
Nah, hell no.
So Australia is 22-hour flight, and it's only $64 less from New York to Australia. We're talking $1,100. But keep in mind, at least when you land in Australia, if you brought 1,500, if you brought 1,000, you got 1,500 when you land. So you know, you balling.
Yeah, but if you brought 1,500 and that COVID, I think you kill it because of the heat, right?
I don't know, but that's a good thing to find out before anyone tries to travel. Like, as a ballin' fight fan, make sure you ain't got to get quarantined when you land, because then you got to fly in 2 weeks earlier for the fight. That's a lot of money. You need a B&B now.
And lock yourself up.
No, because that's what I'm saying. So you got to land in 2 weeks early and then be there for fight night. So, because you got to quarantine for 2 weeks, if that's still a thing back then. Of course.
It's too much to do. Not even financially. It's just too much.
Everything is too
follow.
much. Even the flight. Like, I can't be in an airplane for 21 hours. Yo, I took a flight once from Texas to Los Angeles, and it was a direct flight, and it still was like 4 or 6 hours. I didn't understand it. I don't like that. Yo, it's too much in the plane for me, man. I need them Eddie Hearn planes with the bed.
But you fly to Vegas from New Jersey, and that's like 6 hours. And then the time difference, you're like, wait, it's 1 o'clock. This shit said I'm going to land at 1. What? Oh, fuck. The time. I mean, pardon my French. Oh, damn, the time. And it's just too much, man. So I flew to Rome, and I flew to Hawaii. And that was like 12 hours or 9 hours.
Bruh, I went to Hawaii myself, and I didn't even know or realize that it was 12 hours, but that was a ridiculously long flight as well.
Yeah, that shit is too long, and like a baby crying and your knees, and you got to get up and walk. You just wind up like just drinking your ass off and going to sleep, man.
People saying chill in Germany for a bit, so I don't know what, you know, you would have to get a good layover, but I don't even like layovers. You lose luggage like that, you know. Is it an experience, like, if 12 TBV listeners, like the whole Border Wars chat that we got, if they was all like, yo, I'm down to go to Macau, I'm down to go to Australia, I'll probably jump in that group. But just to be alone, like, oh my God, Wilder Fury 3, I'm out. I don't care who's not going. Hell no, I definitely care who's going. If it's a group thing, we doing it. I'm not going just 3 deep.
If it became a $12,000 payday for me, I'll do it. No doubt. I'll get on that plane. I'll fly there. I'll do what I got to do.
Yo, did y'all just hear him? Man, I think anybody would go if they was giving them $12,000.
No, I'm saying like a job. You got to go there and work. I'm not saying you just getting it to do it. I'm saying you got to go and do your job.
I'm sure. But if anybody could go on a fight weekend and get paid $12,000 to do whatever job, they would do it to be there for the fight.
So that's what I mean. Like, the fight ain't the incentive, man. It ain't like, I'd rather watch that shit at home, and that's the purpose of the fight. I'm not gonna fly to Macau. I'm not gonna fly. I mean, I've flown to Texas, I've flown to Vegas, and I've been to California for fights, you know. actually paid for by somebody else, but I will not go. I told somebody today, actually, y'all fly to Paris for an event. So, like, I'm a beach guy, so like you. So, my point is, I would fly there for a vacation to watch the fight and vacation. Australia, that is.
Yeah,
Macau,
but it's got to be a couple of us. Like, would you just go, like, you just grab your lady, like, yo, Wilder Fury's going to be in Australia. Let's just go make a little vacation out of it. You'll just go, just you and your lady?
Yeah, take out COVID. Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, let's go there. We chill on the beach. We watch the fight. That's one night. And then, you know, all the other nights would be normal restaurant lounges, you know, chilling out.
I'll do it like that, too.
So, nah, I'm looking forward to something like that.
I'm totally looking forward to vacationing, bro. Like, the fact that I'm gonna be here for my birthday. I haven't been in the country for my birthday in years, so it's like whackage. But DBX with the super chat said Ness going to Australia to chill with the kangaroos. I'm a smoke with the kangaroos, to be honest with you. So I had put in let me go to this audio, man. It is long, but hopefully it's not flaggable.
Bob, just finally on Wilder Fury, the trilogy. I was reading the other day that you've received a site offer from somewhere outside of the US. Firstly, is that true? And what is the latest situation with the fight?
Well, we've been talking to entities outside the United States because there is no assurance that we can get that fight on even in the fourth quarter in the States or in the UK with a full audience. I don't know whether that's possible or not, so we're looking elsewhere at play.
Let's stop it there, but you see, they don't want to lose that gate fee, and they're not necessarily going to Australia to supplement that in terms of site fee. Like, they still want to go where they could get fans.
Yeah, they want an audience.
Yeah, they want an audience.
Yeah, and I respect that, because if I were a fighter, I think I need an audience. Like, that's part of my deal. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the purpose. I want them props.
But it sounds like they want an audience more for financial reasons. Cause
yeah, of course. And that's what I'm saying. You're going to have an audience at home, but then there's a second part of that audience that also brings in the income, and you need that in boxing. You know, it ain't like basketball where the door is the reliance. Like, you got endorsers. Boxing doesn't have endorsers. And also on top of that, I heard basketball, Nike pulled from deals from endorsing basketball players just because people are not spending money. So why advertise? I'm like, damn, but that's dumb. Aren't we going to watch basketball? Not me, but like, aren't basketball fans going to watch basketball and see the sneakers and be like, yo, I want that? And it's like, nah, people ain't spending money. They're not going nowhere.
That's crazy. They pulling advertisement on people.
Right. They pulling advertisement. Like, there's a basketball player like Zion or something like that. Zion or something. Everybody know him. He's big time. He's like got paid 11 mil by Nike straight out of college into the NBA, and like no one else is getting deals this year.
That's crazy.
So we need the door. So we need to go to Macau or Australia where cases are low, you know, in the 16,000 double digits, where, you know, we in 6 digits. And as you said, how do we supplement? We could get sponsors. Only one sponsors out there for boxing fans, and that's liquor and beer. Because people are not buying DeWalt tools right now. We're not going to O'Reilly Auto Parts, or are you?
I don't know what sponsors they're going to use, but the fact that this fight is being shopped around, they're gonna find them. We just had Roberto Diaz, the vice president of Golden Boy Promotions and the matchmaker for Golden Boy, on the show, and he said that he was told that the UFC financially did well. They sold a good amount of pay-per-views, and you got to understand that was fresh off of COVID. We were all just in lockdown, and people should have been tighter with their money because COVID just happened. You didn't know how long it was going to last, and instead they still decided to spend on entertainment. I think that's indicative of what's to come and what could be, and pay-per-view would be successful during this time. It just would.
Of course, because you said it. We're in COVID. We have not much to do. We need to be entertained, and you're gonna watch a UFC event, right? So, indicative to being locked down is entertainment. So you would watch a fight. So I don't see how financial they would struggle. I want to know how they did with sponsors. Like, did they have sponsors? That's where I want to know, because the gate needs to be supplemented more, because you always had gate and sponsor. Now you got to double up on the sponsor. So where's that at, Gomez?
I mean, look, man, I'm just happy that they have found a location for it, because I want boxing to come back, and I want boxing to come back on a big level, on a high level, with big fights, So, I wonder what the undercard looks like. You know what I mean? These are because it's expensive. We just check flights. The promoters got to front the bill. Are they gonna send big time fighters? Because main event fighters like Tyson and Deontay, right? They have an entourage. So those entourages also need hotels and flights.
That might be limited.
It might be, but it doesn't matter. There still is a limit for those guys.
Right.
If you're not Wilder and Fury, you don't have an entourage. And if you do, it's probably not allotted in the budget, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Fury's a different fighter than Gilberto Ramirez to Top Rank, is all I'm trying to say. So they have allotted a little more money for Fury and his team than they will for someone else. And I wonder what that means for the undercard. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying. That's a good point. I feel like this, man, the money is there. If you're going to put your money in, you see that money that's coming back in. So if you're going to Australia and you're going to pay the entourages and you're going to pay that flight, that is, for them to get there and make the job happen, it's an investment. So I don't see the investment being wrong. It's smart. We talking about my man Bob Arum, Thriller in Manila. He knows business. He knows boxing. Where's Manila? The Philippines. He brought it there. He brought it to Africa. So he's taking this time to Australia. So he got the blueprint, man. If the UFC made money, if it was lucrative, Bob Arum, Top Rank, Tyson Fury, and Deontay Wilder fighting in Australia or Macau, there's a return there.
Real quick, Cash. Let me interrupt to read a super chat and then introduce Doomy. I don't know how long he's been there.
He just walked in.
But Teddy B, Midwest Sports Talk says ball players not losing shoe deals. Stop it, Casual. What up, Cash? What's up with your info? They saying you lying about that.
Bro, they not losing shoe deals. I didn't say they losing shoe deals. I said they not getting new shoe deals this year. There ain't no Nike ads or none of that stuff, man. I got firsthand information, bro.
So let's go out to Doomsday.
I'm the most brutal and most vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynch the conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dippy. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match.
What up?
Salute my man Cash, Ness, my whole TBV fam out there. Yeah, man. It seems as though things are spoken of here in the Boxing Voice, and then it just spills out into the reality, and it happens. talks about Australia and Macau. Just on that topic, right, fellas? And now we got the main man, Bobby Arum, coming on. This is good. This is good because, it is a long travel. And, for something like that, I was listening, as I was driving back home, and I'm like, yeah, I would go if I'm like with TBV. If I'm like in a group, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a long travel to be out there by yourself, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe you don't make a travel like that by yourself, right? Got to make a travel with a couple of friends, but you got to make it fun. And it depends where the flights stop at, right? If you're flying in from, let's say, the UK, it's a different type of flight. If you're flying in from America, it's a different type of flight. So I guess you'd have to be a real diehard fan to make it from here out there. But I don't think that it's going to lack the numbers. Australia is going to show up. The fans are going to show up. And, the gates are going to be taken care of, in my opinion. And the COVID numbers are down, It's only been 100 deaths. If the, COVID-19 analytics are correct here on Google. So it's a great place, man. And there's a lot of space. I don't know if it's going to be, an actual venue, or if it's going to be something new they build outside. Like we've been talking about how important spacing is. So I'm excited, bro. Man, if we stop in Germany, we drinking beer and eating bread. You know what I'm saying? We stay there for a little bit. It's travel, man. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, Australia seems like the new go-to location. Keep in mind that Westworld's last season was shot in Australia. A lot of the scenes because of the futuristic look and feel of Australia. I mean, look, I wouldn't mind it. I've been saying it. Joshua Conda gave us our, Thriller in Manila, but Ruiz was not supposed to be there, but it was a piece of history. So if Fury and Wilder could do it, I wouldn't mind it. But before we go any further, let me go back to some audio and just get the words out the horse's mouth.
Places where they've had very little coronavirus and where it's not considered to be a problem, and we're exploring the possibility of Macau, China, and also in a big venue in Australia, which seems to have the coronavirus under control.
Fascinating. And are you looking to do that this year? At the end of the year, is that where you're looking, Bob?
Yeah, we've been talking with PBC that handles Wilder, and our goal, both from Fury's standpoint and from Wilder's standpoint, is to get that fight on in the fourth quarter before the end of the year.
What's your thoughts on that? That both teams want to have that fight done by this year. They want to get it done. Remember, they're not contracted to a full fight, so, they each got plans. They want to be clear for 2021 is what it sounds like to me.
Definitely, and it cleared it up for me too. He said a venue in Australia, so it's going to be a venue. So that cleared that up for me. Macau, China, I still think that Macau, China does bigger numbers just because of the population. You know what I'm saying? It's just that many people will tune in or whatever they got going.
But where could you charge more? Is Australia more, economically wealthy? Would their residents pay higher ticket prices?
That's a good question. I don't know whose economy is stronger, but I
don't follow politics
numbers,
either. But maybe in the chat, someone can let us know who they feel their economy is stronger.
Yo,
yeah.
I'm gonna say it doesn't matter. You're presenting a product, and there are people that will show up. So the product is what matters, and the economy comes to it. Like the money comes to it. We're gonna watch, right? The people of China or the people of Australia will show up, right? So with that being said, I also want to say that I just Googled how a sport brand's marketing without sports, and Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour, for the chat to say I'm giving out Ford's information, So Nike, Adidas, Under Armour sponsor professional sports athletes to stand out globally. Online, they have more competition and they are more advertising and endorsing workout videos through athletes versus the actual game. So I proved my point. I dropped the mic on you, bro. Whoever said, yo, you giving false information. Nike is standing out. There are more. Nike is doing workout videos with athletes, giving them that versus a basketball game. And to tie it into boxing, hence, right, why Tyson Fury every morning wakes up and does a workout video, and people like Jeff in Germany or Poland losing whatever amount of weight he lost, because that's where the influence is now. It's in workouts, not the game. So Australia, I will go to the fight, or Macau. So now it goes to who's the highest bidder, you know what I'm saying, to see the fight.
I mean, I don't know.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to fly to either country, but I will definitely pay to view
Shinobi. I don't know if Australia has like bigger casinos than China. That's what I always kept singing. You know, like their revenue is 3 times as much as Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So, remember that if you're going to China, they're going to Venetian, and you know, I don't know that there's a bigger hotel than that anywhere, right? Wasn't Bob?
Right.
And I'm not going like I read up on the Venetian, but I remember Bob when he first used it, boasting that you know.
And be clear, Macau is in Hong Kong. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to Google Macau, Google Hong Kong. Yeah, it is way bigger gambling than Vegas.
Yeah, it's the second biggest. The first one is called the First World Hotel. The second one is the Venetian Palazzo.
There you go.
Which also is in Vegas, right? The Palazzo?
Yeah.
Damn,
MGM
Grand Las Vegas follows.
Andre Diakonu, pound for pound supporter, said right now in Macau it's 7:46 a.m. And it's 8.
Oh,
It
so
was
it's
almost
12
8
hours.
p.m. for us. So that means that they're gonna be fighting. They'll make them fight maybe like 11ish, and we'll have to do it like 12. So it'd probably be like 12 and 12. It'd probably be like 12 and 12.
Damn, but would it be our Sunday or?
Nah, it'll be it would. It would
Friday, their Friday, our Saturday.
It would be like, look, we gonna buy the pay-per-view Saturday at 9, but we gonna have undercards for 3 hours. Wilder and Fury won't fight till 12 in the afternoon in Macau, which would be midnight our time.
So you saying they will compensate for our comfort?
Not
They're
really,
not
not really, because we gonna get them walking out to the ring at midnight. They gonna walk out midnight.
Midnight United States time.
Midnight United States time.
East Coast time.
East Coast
which means
time.
It's 12 lunch in
At
Macau.
their time, yeah.
12 lunch in Macau. Because they
That
can't.
sounds good to me.
They can't.
I've stayed up late before for a fight.
If they go any later than that, they're basically cutting off the East Coast. They can't cut the East Coast off.
So what time is it in the UK? It's probably even like closer.
No,
right?
for the
I
UK
see what
is
you're
even
saying.
worse. For the UK, it would be 6 in the morning. So that for them, it's actually okay. Not okay because you got to put your alarm clock. But
Yo, but how do you even enjoy boxing without a drink or smoke at 6 in the morning?
come on, who
Like,
don't smoke at 6 in the morning? Wake and bake,
Bro,
champ.
that's part of the coffee, champ.
Not
Wake
what
and
I'm
bake.
saying. What I'm saying is,
Like
you
most
wake
people
up.
have coffee and like bagels, like
Yo,
that's
Teddy
fine.
B.
What
Yo,
I'm
Teddy B
saying is
coming
you don't
right back
wake
at
up
you,
to watch the
Cash.
fight, bro.
Yo, Teddy B said don't change the subject, Cash. Super chat and come right back at you. He said, you misspoke, Casual. You said dudes were losing deals. Not only that, you also said 1.65 million deaths, not 16,000 deaths.
Dang.
You had it was probably just like a mix-up, word mix-up.
He just trying to prove something, but that's cool. You right.
Damn.
You right, champ. You the man. But so where we at
Yo,
though?
Alexander Wilson said, Casual, Macau isn't in Hong Kong.
Oh, it isn't.
Is what he said.
Yeah, Hong Kong is his own city. I thought you were talking about like a province in Hong Kong. You had me
Hold
going.
on. Let me relook
Pound for
that
pound
up.
supporter Diakonu says 6 a.m. the bars will be packed in the UK.
Woo.
Get 'em. They just getting warmed up in the UK at that time, champ. Give me a point or two or three.
Yeah, man. So, let's get back to the audio, right? It's probably a little couple seconds left.
That's our goal, and that's what we plan to do. And, you know, everybody is looking next year. Fury hopes that he wins, and if Joshua beats Pulev, and Eddie, I think, is looking for ways to put on the Joshua Pulev fight this year, that if Fury and Joshua win, to do that fight sometime in the first few months of next year.
So they already counting them chickens. If Fury and Joshua win, they want to do early 2021 undisputed unification. And he's already talking with Eddie and them about the Pulev fight to get that out the way for Joshi Washi. So what's your thoughts?
They got Bob got the master plan already. Like,
yeah, that's
and it's back to back too, because like if they're fighting at the end of the quarter this year, and then like first few months, I say like the 4th or 5th month, because it's few, right? Like he would have said a couple, would have been 2, a few. I say 3 to 5 months into it, so January, February, March, April. I say May next year.
Yeah. Yo, I don't care. I'll watch it. Wait. That's when it's gonna happen in Macau, or that's like the.
No.
That's if Fury and Deontay win.
If Fury beats Deontay and AJ beats Pulev, they trying to do Fury AJ 2021.
Damn,
first quarter.
By them using that if card is counting Wilder out.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
I look at it as counting Wilder out. But yo, back to Macau and Hong Kong. Yeah, it is confusing. Both of them have their own currency, and both of them you need your pass. They have their own passports as well. So yeah, all right. So what? So you know geography more than me. So you champ. All right, you the man. I'm just saying though, look, what I'm saying is this, man. I want this fight to happen wherever I'm ready to see a fight with an audience on television. That's it. United States has the highest, and they are starting to grab control over the virus. So we're not gonna see an audience filled.
No, I ain't even mad, Kaz. Like, I'm not mad if I can't go to Australia and see it. Like, I don't know how many cats really take those type of trips. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad that I'm going to be able to see it. Like, make it happen in Guam somewhere. Like, I don't care. You're going to make it happen.
Damn, Guam? What made you pick Guam?
You already know. It's like the forgotten American national territory.
Why when I went to Hawaii, I said, yo, I need to check out Guam, because that's another spot you could go, no passport, nothing, just U.S. license. And I'm like, and it's funny because one time I went to Puerto Rico and I met this girl that she was a marine biologist and she was in PR, studying the fish and all that stuff. But her next stop was going to be Guam. And I'm like, bro, what you going to do in Guam? Like, I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even know how it looks.
It's a tiny speck, bro.
It's crazy,
it
bro.
Sounds like Guam has palm trees and sand. If it does, then I'm
No,
near.
it's gotta have it because it's a little island. It's like out there. It's gotta have it. And there's another one called like Samoa or something like that. Also a U.S. territory that you can just fly to. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, I don't think this fight can happen in U.S. territory, and that's why Bob Arum is exploring outside, like Australia.
I mean,
you think they're putting pressure on Vegas? I mean,
no.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe they are, because keep in mind, really quick, got a super chat just showing love. Ohio runs boxing. Shout out to Marcus. But keep in mind that Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury both are applying for licenses in Vegas for this year. So, I think that everything is open for negotiation. Everywhere is open for negotiation.
Yeah, look, I was watching the news on Thursday, and they were showing like plans, right? Like restaurant plans in the city for phase 1, where you can eat, but your eating experience is going to be within shields.
Real quick, right now it is 9:54 a.m. in Australia. 9:55 a.m. in Australia right now, in Sydney, Australia right now.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll watch a fight right now at 7:55 United States time. On
Yeah,
East
if you
Coast.
bump it up to 12 o'clock, it's 2 hours. So it's like, I'm watching it.
Yeah. Now, I wake up at 6. I wouldn't enjoy a fight the way I do at 10:30 p.m. You know what I'm saying? The way 6 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Your energy level is different. Like I'm gonna be thinking about working out, or I'm gonna be thinking about something else.
I mean, as a fighter, I'm concerned always. You know how I get.
As a fighter, I see
time zones. You gotta acclimate, and people want to think that the body can acclimate real quickly. Like you need to get there like 2-3 weeks. If you could get there a month before, you get there a month before. Your body's, back to the internal clock. It's back to normal. Those are the ones that I'm concerned. I mean, the fans are gonna travel. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make it out there, but the fighters. Yeah, you travel.
Yeah, that's a plan though. That's a plan. When it's offered to you, like Ness said, I'll fly anywhere for $12,000. Yeah, that's cool. So a fighter for his meals, yeah, he gonna have to adjust to whatever that is and come up with a plan. And 9 a.m. might be better time for him to fight. He might wish to fight at 9 a.m. all the time. What good? Like how good is it to wake up and get it out the way?
Yo,
ain't nobody fighting that.
Yo, how disrespectful is that? Our dollar's only 13 cents in Macau. That's where they going. If the money over there is better than our money, that means it's a better conversion for them. For Bob, for Bob to receive the site fee, it's probably better for him. I mean, I don't know, but damn, how is our dollar only worth 13 cents in Macau? That's crazy.
Yeah, but then does that mean? I mean, that fight is not for you, the U.S. people to go there and watch. It's for us to sit home and watch.
Yeah.
So that's the actual.
Back away a little bit, babe. Yeah, man.
Yeah, my bad. You know me, I'm trying to dabble with this thing. But is that the actual turnover?
Yeah, on Google, bro. You put in one Macanesian what is it called here? Pataka? Pataka, yeah. And it's 13 cents, bro. Do it. You got Google. I keep telling y'all Google's your friend. Google.
No, no. I just thought to hear it again from you, man, because it's like almost unbelievable. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, no, definitely not going over there. I can't anyway. But let me open up these phone lines, man. That was the last of the audio. Let me double check. That definitely was the last of the audio. Let's get to these phone lines, see what's up. The number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
All right. Let's see who's out here. Couple people rocking out today. We're going out to Steve in Chicago. What up? Actually, that's Steve in the UK. What's going on, brother? Steve in the UK?
Cheers.
All right. And Greatness in Harlem?
That's my man. That's my best friend. Greatness. What up?
All right. Both just listening, it looks like. So that's it. Let me see. Somebody said that. Come back to me just working. Who was that? Greatness, talk to us.
What's good, Ness?
What up?
What's good, man? Chilling, man. I had y'all on speaker, man. I ain't really hear too much of the show, but I definitely just ready to get these fights started, man. Just excited to see that everything is moving and grooving and getting back into place with even having an audience. If we don't have an audience, it's all gonna be trial and error, man. We all need to make some changes. You feel me? But it's just something for us to keep our eyes on, and hopefully it work out for the best for the sport.
Yo, greatness, we friends, right? Like, you could say what's up to me too when you get on the show. I don't want to feel away. Like, I feel away if you don't acknowledge me.
Oh.
That's no problem, man. That's no problem.
He
man, 'cause
rubbing
we-
it